why don't you briefly describe Denver? What is the general vibe of Denver?
Denver is, well, coming from LA, I have a specific view of it. It kind of feels more Midwest to me.
Okay.
But like in the buildings and stuff, like, I remember first moving here and being like, oh wow, there's all this brick and like which I'm sure
Yeah.
you're used to in Chicago. And people are like generally extremely nice, I would say. And but then there is this, people are very fitness oriented and like love to be outdoors. They're very outdoorsy and um I don't they're just very chill, I would say. Like they're kind of like that
Yeah.
West Coast chillness, but without the I don't know, I don't want to be offensive to my hometown, but like without
I
the
think we all know what you're
ego.
talking about.
Without the ego, yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoy
Uh,
that aspect of Denver. It was very refreshing. It was confusing at first, but then refreshing after I figured it out.
yeah. What do you think people in Denver value most and what their interests are?
I'd say being outdoors. That's one thing that, like, I think some people would, they're like using their work to just be able to, on their time off, be outdoors, be hiking,
Yeah.
camping, kayaking, rock climbing. I mean, whatever they do and they do with their dogs always. Like, it's just a very outdoor oriented, health oriented place. So, which is really cool. The mountains are nearby and the mountains are incredible. And there's tons of hiking and all that to be had. So, yeah, I think that's kind of people's orientation.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you do any of that?
Yeah, I hike and camp. I mean, I'm not like an intense, I don't like hike 14ers, which is a Colorado term, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but it's like a thing I know now to hike to 14,000 feet. But yeah, I don't do that, but I do enjoy being outside. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Huh. Now, when I go, so I have a really close friend that lives in Denver. So I've visited a few times now. Um, and everything you describe is pretty accurate.
Yeah, do you confirm? It
I
feels
confirm. I confirm.
okay.
It's
Like
something I would
everyone's
add.
wearing like hiking sandals and like, they're just ready to go on a hike at all times,
Yeah,
you know?
it's almost like a
It
personality in a
is.
way.
It is. Whereas like in LA, that would never be. You're ready, you're full like face of makeup and ready at all times. That's
Yeah,
like a
it's like
whole
a different
different,
thing.
yeah.
Well, what I noticed too is they love breweries out there.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of the biggest things coming from California. Like beer is not, I mean, at least not in my world. I was like, I don't know, Corona is a beer. That was all I knew about. And
Yeah,
here they were like, no, we're serious about beer. And I was like, all right. I grew up in wine country, so I'm just like, whatever about that.
yeah,
But as the years have gone on, I'm not joking. And all my friends back home will make fun of me. I like beer now. And they're like,
yeah.
of course you do. I'm like, hey, IPAs, guys. It's really cool. Craft breweries. They're like, all right. But yeah, so Denver has opened my eyes to the world of beer. And it
Yeah,
smells like, if you go downtown, it just smells like beer a lot. Like weed and beer. Not to be, stereotypical, but that's what
yeah,
it smells like, hops all the time.
yeah. And then there's like food trucks. There's a good food truck scene there too, right?
Yeah, there's a good food scene in general, I would
Yeah.
say. I love food, so I
I do
support that.
remember there's this one time I went to a brewery kind of downtown. I wish I remember the name, but a lot of it too, like these breweries that it's like new industrial. So it's like a
Hmm.
lot of like wood and openness and beams
The
and
garage door's always open. That's a
yeah,
Denver
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And so we're in this big space and we're with a group of like maybe 10 to 12 people. And I just start like bursting out laughing. And my friend nudges me. He's like, what? What's so funny? I go, I am literally the only man in this brewery not wearing a flannel shirt.
Or having a beard. Did everyone
Yeah.
have a beard? Like
A lot of beards. A lot of
a lot of
beards.
beards in Denver. I remember I used to, like, before I was making abstract work, I illustrated a lot and I drew in my sketchbook. And that was like one of the first things I drew was just like lettering that said, Denver, there's a lot of bearded men here. Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's just a thing, flannels and beards.
Yeah. It definitely fits into that.